Yo, what is going on, you martards? Night 2, WrestleMania. That is not Michael Wright on the screen you see. That is the one and only A-Track Black, second to myself in the fucking tribute game. All right. Let me stop fucking around. That's the man I learned from, all right? That is the teacher right there. A-Track Black is on the scene. A-Track Black is with us on night 2 because the masked man ain't here. We ain't got Mr. Wright here, so we got Mr. Black here with us. And of course, let me not fucking forget the most magnanimous, the most scholarly, the most
Wait.
Oh, he really...
No.
Interrupt me in the middle of my shit.
Yes, you got to do. No, this is a new way. You got to do a new way, Track. I'm sorry. I got. After night 2, I am the reigning, defending, undisputed, unfathomable, unconquerable head of the PWHustle table, the Professor Chabel Cruz. Get it right now.
Now we got that amateur shit out the way. Let me fucking do what I do best, all right? Which is introduce your ass other than doing reactions, all right? Fuck all that shit. The most scholarly, the most effervescent, the most objective, and the most glorious man in YWC, IWC, punditry. The man who just came up with his own fucking new fucking shit, Chabel de la Cruz. What's going on, brother?
I got 1,000 of them, Track. You know this. But Black, how's all the hustleites doing out there? Night 2 is in the books. You know, I'm going to be honest here. I'm always the most objective man. Of course, night 1 is more effervescent, more glorious than night 2. But you know what? Night 2 has some things that I like. Night 2 has some things that the professor was trying to tell the markards out there. You know, we're going to talk about Rhea Ripley's celebration. We're going to talk about Killmonger, the Nigerian warrior, Apollo Crews. We're going to talk about the Samoan head of the table, Roman Reigns. Other than that, you know, there's some things that began the show that sucked like Hulk Hogan, that began the show like The Fiend. But you know what? Fuck all that, Track. Fuck all that. Let's go to the happy stuff at the end. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right, you know what? Because we're gonna just let us go this way. All right, everybody get their thoughts on matches and shit instead of just doing the regular shit where I will go to each of you. I want each of you just to give us your overall thoughts, your favorite matches, your worst matches, and we're gonna start with you, Black. Tell us what you thought, bro, about night 2.
Well, I think first and foremost, I want to say, thank you for welcoming me on the PWHustle. It's been like 2.5 years since I've been on. Last time I was on, I had technical difficulties. My microphone, my headphones broke last minute, so I apologize for that. But yeah, night 2, it was I think it was a little bit better than night 1 to a certain degree. Night 2 will start with the first 2 matches of the night. The Fiend and Reign match was, I don't know what the fuck that was, and the Women's Tag Team Championship match was god awful. Like, Natalya, the fuck home, seriously. Bringing your sister.
Hey. That's my sister-in-law. You talking about, all right?
I'm just saying. I mean, at this point, I don't mind seeing your sister in the WWE than her, because she was a dumb bitch tonight. Like, what? Why are you wasting so much time and knowing that Naya is not the legal person? It was Sana. She was literally taking too much time, wasted so much time just to get choked out by Sana in the end.
All right, what else you thought? What other matches what other matches did you like from night 2?
I did enjoy the Willow and Sheamus match. That was a pretty good match. I liked how Sheamus caught him with a bro kick when he was upside down. Kind of reminded me of that spot from Adam Cole and Ricochet from NXT Takeover. So that was a good damn spot. I like how he's the new United States champion, 3-time United States champion. Rhea Ripley and Asuka had a great match. I kind of figured Asuka would drop the belt here, and we had needed a win. I gotta say it right now. Rhea needed to win this match, and I'm glad she did.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. I didn't want, like last night, right? I didn't want Bianca Belair to win the championship. I wanted Sasha to win. She's 0-6 at Mania. She needed that one, in my opinion. But I wasn't upset. I didn't want Rhea Ripley to win this one. But then I thought about the fact that she got played last year. You know, them having Charlotte take the belt off her. So, and even though Asuka was, to me, is the shit, they haven't really been doing anything with her as of like late of last year. You know, she didn't even defend that belt. And I don't know why they weren't doing anything with Asuka. But there was a time when Asuka was the fucking workhorse. You know, in the early pandemic in the summer. But like after the summer, after she got that belt, they didn't do shit with her. So Rhea winning tonight was good. It was cool. And the fact that, you know, this match was one of the best matches of the night. You know, that was until the main event. And it was one of the best matches of the night. I was very impressed with the fact that Rhea went in there and she did her thing. You know, it wasn't nothing that I could say she had the butterflies and there was botches and this, that, and the third. You know, but she's already proven herself as ready. So if I'm not mistaken, that makes Rhea Ripley UK Women's Champ, NXT Women's Champ in the USA, and now she's the Raw Women's Champion. So she's already put together a nice, good resume for herself. Now, can someone explain to me? We were trying to figure out what the fuck the Nigerian drum match was.
Oh God!
Wait! I understand what they were calling it. My blackness was not happy with the fact that they actually had drums outside of the fucking ring. What the fuck was that all about? I'm watching the match. Now mind you, I'm about 10 minutes into the match before I noticed this shit. I said, wait, what is that green shit outside? Are those fucking drums? They really put I was like, yo, what? I'm like, why don't you just have Hulk Hogan come out, leg drop both these motherfuckers, and say, what you gonna do, niggers, when the Hulkster interrupts your IC championship on you? They had fucking drums out there. Now, I probably would have been okay if they had people outside playing the drums while these dudes was beating each other's asses. That's an African style shit right there. You see that in Africa. We saw that in Black Panther. That's not some movie, some stereotype. That shit is true. African tribes, when they have battles, yes, they play the drums. You don't just put the drums out there and say, hey, you know, these guys are black.
Hey, right? You didn't read the reports track? You didn't read it?
No.
Well, exclusive here on the Hustle. I got the breaking news here.
Oh, you got the Wango Tango? You got the Wango Tango news?
Yes, I
got Tango news. All right, Wango Tango breaking news. Here we go.
The host of WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan, your favorite brother, actually talked with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive and defensive linemen to play the drums. Them black people just was not having it. So we were going to have some black people playing the drums in the Tampa Bay Bucks, but Hulk Hogan just didn't, properly address it right and didn't give them the reasonings why it was a good thing to do. That's why you didn't have nobody playing the drums.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that breaking Wango Tango news. But
No
Prof, give us your fucking thoughts on this pay-per-view overall.
Overall, like I said, I thought night one was better.
Matches, worst matches, or whatever. So
I'll say this quickly. People don't understand The Fiend and Alexa Bliss. This is one of the best storylines that the WWE's been telling about Alexa Bliss over the years. No, don't give me that look, Track. Don't give me that. Don't give me that look. You don't watch the shows weekly. I do. I watch the shows weekly. Now you're laughing because you know it's true. I watch the shows weekly. And if people, before you go on your Sour Monster page, before you go on the Hustle page and leave your little, trolling comments here, if you watched it like the professor has, you've seen the de-evolution of Alexa Bliss's character. She's been possessed from last year to this year. It's been night and day. What started out as uncontrollable possession, she tried to, hold on to something that was Alexa Bliss. Now she's in a deep realm, like Rosemary, like you've been saying, Track, right? You said it was like Rosemary. I'm not saying she's acting like Rosemary, but she's in a dark realm place. And now it's her. It's like you said with Black and the reactions and the tributes, students trying to become the teacher. She's the evil force that's trying to eradicate the Fiend. You're not seeing this. She's gonna get somebody from Raw Underground to come in and take out the Fiend. She's gonna possess some wrestlers. She might possess Elias. She might possess Jason Riker. Hell, she might even possess Ricochet. Who knows? But she's gonna possess another wrestler to take out the Fiend. You're gonna watch. It's gonna be a different feud right now. It's gonna be Alexa Playhouse.
Get him, Mike. Get him. Just get him.
Were you smoking crack before this show started? What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? Listen,
high on life.
This Alexa Bliss storyline. Alexa Bliss, I couldn't take seriously as a demonic character. Right? She remind me of one of those Disney movie villains that like from animated movies.
Fucking descendants and shit.
I mean, I cannot take this chick seriously as a demonic character. I mean, especially tonight. Like, what the fuck does he? Why is he caused the Fiend of the Mask with her stupid, expired chocolate syrup facial? I mean, what the hell was that? Seriously, I don't get that. I just this whole Randy Orton and Fiend feud, let it be over, because this feud was boring from the start. I mean, you don't like
Randy, Track.
Yeah.
You don't like Randy at all. So, it happens. It's not the great dance part.
Listen, I'm going to say something. And it's not that the story doesn't make sense. The story makes sense. It's not some story where you're looking at it from a standpoint where it's like, I'm not understanding why they're doing this. I get it. It's just stupid. Alexa Bliss, there's nothing scary about her. There's nothing. It's just to me, it's like we couldn't sign Rosemary because I want to let people know they tried to sign Rosemary. She didn't want to leave Impact. She specifically stated she stayed at Impact because they let her do whatever the fuck she wants. And to me, if that's better if you rather have peace of mind than more money, then right on, and it's like, okay, we couldn't get Rosemary. We don't want to use Nikki Cross or like I said, the other chick from the Riot Squad. So we'll use this chick who is just not adding anything to this. But that's neither here or there. It's not even about Alexa Bliss and her blackberry molasses that was falling from her fucking head.
That's a good song.
Why the fuck? What the fuck are they doing to Bray Wyatt? Now listen, I have said this over and over again. If there's a character that you like and you see it, WWE is like pretty much burying them or like really trying to get you to lose interest, if it's apparent that they're trying to get you to lose interest, don't let that work. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them trick you. If, like, for example, if you like, Nakamura, and I see the way they treat Nakamura, they treat him like shit. But it's not gonna make me not a Nakamura fan anymore. The Fiend was somebody who I wasn't even a fan of. I'm like, let's see what they do, and then maybe I'll become a fan seeing how they use him. They have made it impossible for me to even get behind this guy. This was your top merch seller before Bad Bunny came in. You understand what I'm saying? So even before Bad Bunny came in, they started fucking with dude. He's selling merch. He's breaking your glass ceiling. There is no more saving this motherfucker after this, okay? And what the fuck is Randy Orton winning this match for? Why? Why? Listen, I don't care about what story they give. First of all, A-Track Black is 100% right. This feud has to stop. I don't know if this is going into something else between The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, but this shit with Randy has to stop. You know what? This nigga needs to leave. He needs to leave. Fucking Bray Wyatt needs to fucking leave. Okay? The son of Mike Rotundo needs to get the fuck out of there because this is bullshit. Send him down to NXT or something. I can't do this anymore. I can't. It's embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for this man. He gets beat by Brock Lesnar. He gets set on fire by Randy Orton. Doesn't get his revenge on Randy Orton. Loses to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And on top of that, they give him a chick who's not scary at all. I can't. It's like, yo, either release this motherfucker or I don't know. You know, we talk about, you know, the professor can't get the Eric Young stink off. You know, Eric Young is always going to be Super Eric to the professor. There's no way you can come back from this. He's yo, Prof, this nigga is Super Eric, bro. You can't shake this no more. And I don't want to hear the excuses, bro. Yo, I know you like your man. Listen, man.
You know what he was? He was trying to. What Alexa Bliss is trying to do is get the layers of the Fiend and turn him into Husky Harris again. He's trying to make him human.
Yo, make that motherfucker Husky Harris again because this Fiend shit has got to stop. No one's scared of him. No one cares. You cannot try to make him a monster. You can't. It's done. I don't believe this shit. One of the most original characters they had in years. And I won't say that original because when he first came in, he came in as a ripoff of a Waylon Mercy mixed with Raven. So I won't say he's original. But when he got out of that and he became the Fiend, that was a little bit more original than anything, you know? So it was just like, it was the shocker of the night because I really couldn't believe that they didn't put this man over. What the fuck? I can't. Don't know. Nobody should be scared of this man anymore. Nobody should be scared of this man anymore. Now, I want to move forward because I want to talk about the fucking main event. All right, Mike Davis, A-Track Black, give your thoughts on the main event, man.
The main event was what it was. It was what you expected to happen during this match because you knew that Jey Uso was gonna get involved, and he did constantly in the very beginning. And when Edge fucked up by wasting time with the whole doing the chair toe to Daniel Bryan, he was gonna do the Roman Reigns, and then all of a sudden Jey Uso appears, give him the spear. At Roman Reigns get as a spear and the chair toe and get the win. Now, I was enjoying this match until the ending. The ending kind of fucked it up for me. And part of me wanted to see Edge win because this was the 10th anniversary of him retiring from the WWE after the 9 years of him being out. So it would have been cool of him coming back and winning the championship. But it looks like he got to keep on winning this tribal chief bullshit all the way to WrestleMania 39. And I don't want to see that. At this point, Roman Reigns, this whole thing, championship reign, it kind of get redundant because it's the same shit over again with Roman Reigns then defending the championship and then having Jey Uso get involved constantly. And that's gonna happen every pay-per-view main event. Then fuck it, this whole thing sucks.
Mike, who is this reminding you of? With him having, is it ringing any bells to you at all?
The only thing I can think of is Kevin Owens.
No, I'm gonna help you out. Remember when what's this dude from Impact, Magnus, when he won the fucking title, and every fucking match he had, it was some fucking fuck finish where like on regular TV it was fine. I understood. He even said it. He said, "Hey, if the title is not online, I don't give a shit," and that makes sense. But every fucking title match that man had that was on a pay-per-view, It was somebody interfering. And I remember somebody here, I ain't gonna say no names, didn't like that shit. They thought that shit was kind of stupid. They thought it was ruining the character. So what I want to know is, from that person who will remain nameless, Professor, what do you think of this whole thing? You gotta be hating it.
In comparison to Magnus back then to Roman now, the head of the table beside and Magnus is building a character is night and day, so it's not the same. Number one. So you tried your best, but you failed miserably. But number two, I'm gonna go into this. I was looking at the crowd, and Michael Davis. I understand where you're coming from. That you don't like Roman Reigns, and that's cool. You know, there's I'm not gonna. I don't. No, you don't like the title reign that he's having, or maybe the way the title matches are going. I understand that, but this was a little bit different to me because I wanted to see the way the crowd was reacting to, Roman Reigns being there. The Thunderdome and the pipe then sounds, and they were trying to force feed people to boo him. And I wanted to see if this time, where there was a crowd of 25,000 people.
I was very curious to see.
They kind of liked him. They were like, this is yes, this is the Roman Reigns.
I don't know about that.
I said they kinda. I didn't say it was 100%. But you saw people it was kind of like that John Cena feeling, I'm not gonna fall into that trap of peer pressure. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling like that John Cena vibe. And this track. You remember it was me against everybody in the PWHustle. I feel the same way. There's some people that just want to, gravitate to Roman Reigns. And, the match, it is what it is. And like I said on night one review with Michael Wright, and he was asking these questions about with Cesaro, what's next for him? I said, well, now I got my answers. We got a Nigerian warrior as an IC champion, and we got Roman Reigns still the reigning, defending champion. So Cesaro's got a choice which title to go after. And he's gonna main event a pay-per-view against one of these dudes. No doubt about that. So Cesaro's gonna get a push in one of those directions.
I'm glad you said that. Number one, let me just say I like the match. I thought the match was awesome. The outcome, I'm 50-50 on it. Because, again, I was saying the only title that should change hands should be the tag team titles at Mania. The women's tag titles and the SmackDown, but which I didn't even see. Why wasn't the SmackDown titles online? The men's title?
It was on SmackDown.
They wanted to have a special SmackDown episode.
And who won? I didn't see that shit. Who won that?
Wood and Ziggler.
What? Wait a minute.
This is what I'm saying. So he don't watch it. I watch it. My neighbors watch it. We already know this.
I was at work. I only saw the beginning of it, so I didn't see the whole thing. But I thought they were going to have the tag team titles at Mania. So they didn't have it at Mania, and they didn't give it to Rey Mysterio and his son.
Not yet.
I thought, well, no, it should have been. It should have been Mania.
It was a SmackDown Mania. Mania.
Do me a favor real quick. Was Hennig and his father tag champs?
Kurt Hennig and Larry the Axe?
Yeah.
No.
In AWA? Okay. So there's never been a father-son tag team champions in the history of any wrestling promotion that you can think of.
I'm thinking of the Armstrongs. Maybe the Armstrongs in the Mid-South area. All
right, but for the sake of it, let's just say there haven't been. Why the fuck would you not do that with Ray and his son? Come on. But that's neither here or there. The main event I thought was good. I was 50-50 on it, like I said. What made me 50-50 on it was I realized that, okay, Daniel Bryan's in that match, and he obviously is going to take the pin from either Roman or Edge, and they didn't want to pin either of them. So they had them both get pinned by Roman Reigns. Okay. Adds to the character, pisses people off. He is the heel. And, it's not a bad thing, I don't think, that the title didn't change hands. It can't always happen, You got two champions who retain their titles, Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. I didn't want Lashley to lose, but this one, like I said, it was 50-50. I probably was pulling for Reigns to retain it more than anything. But The match in itself, I enjoyed it. Daniel Bryan did his thing, Roman did his thing, Edge did his thing, fucking Jey Uso did his thing. But this entire story was a fucking waste of time because it should have been the fucking Rock to fight Roman Reigns. When you started this story, I don't give a shit what anybody says. Everyone who saw this story, who got invested in this story, thought this story was going to end up with The Rock versus Roman Reigns. And if you couldn't get The Rock, then you should have had Jey Uso. Yeah, I know it's Jey Uso. He still could have lost. He still could have lost. But you could have put him in that match. Or you could have had him cause Roman Reigns the tag team title. I mean the WWE title. Because yeah, he's his cousin and they're telling this whole Samoan tribal thing, but he's really been treating this dude like his bitch. And I get it, it's adding to the character, but to me it fell flat if you didn't have The Rock. They gotta have him fight The Rock. They have to have him fight The Rock, have to have him beat The Rock, or The Rock beat him and they have a rematch where his head is more clear and he's more respectable to his family. I need to see him fight The Rock. That's what I need. If they don't get The Rock, Cesaro's not taking that title. Main event, I'm down with that. The one to take him off, the one to take that belt off him, Big E. That's the only way. That's the only person I see right now. You either give it to Big E, or Drew McIntyre comes to SmackDown and Drew takes it off of him. I don't know how many people want to see that. I wouldn't mind it. I think Roman and Drew had a fucking great match at Survivor Series. But I'm pulling for Big E. All right? So, overall thoughts on this WrestleMania weekend before we get out of here, and even the NXT shows. Mike, let us know.
I think WrestleMania this year was a pretty damn good show. On a scale of 1 to 10, I could probably give it a 7. It was a good show. It had some ups, a lot of down moments, a lot of matches I couldn't have done without. But overall, it was a really good show. As for NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver, I like it. I still don't know why there's still people out there roasting the hell out of Killer Cross. This guy, Killer Cross, that people that don't watch Impact Wrestling or didn't watch his stuff before NXT, y'all need to check it out because this guy has the it factor. The only thing I don't like about Killer Cross is Scarlett. I think Scarlett need to do her own thing because we all know Killer Cross is a great talker. You don't need to have Scarlett doing the talking. And as for his wrestling, his skills, his style in the ring, he can pull out good matches. Just gotta give him a chance. Just gotta go out and watch his old stuff. Cause the people that watch him on social media, I see him all the time on Facebook groups. Those are the people that don't watch other promotions. They only watch NXT. They only watch WWE, and that's a problem. Watch other promotions. Maybe you know these guys a lot more.
Well said, bro. Prof.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion here. And,
of course.
You know me because I'm the professor, but after all the stuff and NXT takeovers and shit like that, you know what? That term "best in the world" is given out too loosely. But I saw the best in the world, and his name is Walter, the NXT UK champion. He's the best in the world at what he does. The best match of all this shit was him and Ciampa, hands down. And
Get the fuck out of here!
Nah, man.
That was the best match of all this shit.
Keep going, because I'm
night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. And I'm just gonna say it, Walter. And I was on the WWE Network track Black. I was watching Walter matches from IXC or whatever, ICW. This dude can wrestle against a lot of people. I saw him against Dragunov. I saw him against the Coffee Brothers. I saw him against Tyler Bate. This man puts on the best matches. You want to talk about, people not watching shit? People got to watch Walter matches. He might be bland and vanilla with his character, but in that ring, he can go. So I'm going to call him the best wrestler in the world who is so bland. Other than that, whole shit, is a 7 from NXT Takeover to now. I'll give it a high 6.5 to 7 of all of it.
All right, now Black, I gotta agree with the professor with the best match of the whole WrestleMania week or weekend or whatever.
You don't agree with me a lot. You must.
Nah. Listen, you know from jump I have been critical of Walter. I find his character to be boring. I find most of his matches to be boring. What turned me around was his match with Kushida. I praised the shit out of that match. It was a match of the year candidate for me. It made me more interested in seeing Walter's matches. Now after that, it kind of went right directly downhill from there. But then I saw this match. Now, the match was 5 fucking stars, 6 stars, okay, 7. It was fucking great. It is a top-notch so far match of the year fucking candidate for me. It really is. It really was a good fucking match. NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver as a whole, I enjoyed night 2 better than I did night 1. Cross to me, like, you know, I'm with Black. Cross is the fucking man. People who don't understand his character, he's a maniacal sociopath. You know, you might not see that so much with Scarlett by his side because she's not really cutting the promos that he would. And if you watch him, he's like a dark Dr. Manhattan. All right, like if Dr. Manhattan was like Darkseid, you would have Killer Cross, Karrion Kross in this case. WrestleMania, I give that shit a 5.5, man. 6. I give it a 6 because I enjoyed Bobby Lashley retaining. I didn't enjoy the match too much, but again, they don't get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It was the weather. It wasn't on them, but the outcome made the match good. All those other matches and Shane versus fucking Braun Strowman really brought the fucking points down for WrestleMania as a whole. I fucking hate that match, okay? If I could kill something, it would be that match. I would bury it and hold up the peace sign like Grant Gustin did over the fucking grave of Oliver Queen because that shit was fucking ridiculous. The main event on night 1 was fucking great. It shouldn't have been the main event in my opinion, but they showed us why it was the main event. And that was and that's what's
about that. Can I say something about that? Yeah, you're right. The match itself was a good match, but I don't think it should have been. It wasn't main event worthy. You talk about all these people that were mad at me making that post. I made quoting Jargo about being WWE champions to close every pay-per-view, and I listen. The match was good. I'm not taking anything away from Sasha Banks. I'm not taking anything from Bianca Belair. They made it into like the first 2 black women to make WrestleMania, and they try to make a black thing and a woman empowerment thing. It's like, we get it, take it easy, but it's like the match is good. Should have been a main event. I'd rather have Bob Lashley and Drew McIntyre to be a main event. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
See, that's my thing. It shouldn't have been the main event, but that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have been the main event, but they showed you why it was. And at the end of it, I was still saying it shouldn't have been the main event, but I couldn't help but saying they did a fucking great job closing the show. I couldn't take that away from them. Now, night 2, with the exception of the Rhea Ripley match and the triple threat match, you know, I wasn't really feeling any of this. I didn't care for the Sheamus and Riddle match. It was brutal as fuck. I appreciated that, but I didn't really care for it. So when it came to night 2, I only cared for 2 matches while I was watching this thing, which was the main event and the women's title match. So that's why it gets a 6. It gets a hard 6 if you whatever, you know. So I don't know where they, like I said, with the Roman Reigns thing, who takes that title off him? In my opinion, Big E's the candidate. I'm with Prof. Cesaro needs his main event against Roman Reigns. where he's gonna fucking shine and make Roman Reigns look like $1,000,000. You was gonna say something, Prof?
Well, again, for Sasha and Bianca, you two both got to remember SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Championship. So there is
now women's heavyweight. There's no heavyweight. It's just a championship.
It's a women's heavyweight championship. No matter what.
The only heavyweight they got is Nia Jax.
Yeah, super heavyweight. So what? It's still a heavyweight championship match. Y'all gotta take your sexist, deviant, passe minds out the way.
No, for me, man, listen, it didn't have enough hype around it for me to understand why it was a main event. Like I said, the one last year, I understood that. You had Ronda Rousey in it.
Right. That was right. Rhea Ripley should have won the Royal Rumble. And
no. No, Chief. Not on my watch, Maury. Ain't happening. Bullshit, Mr. Handman. The right woman won, and as far as the whole black excellence shit, I'm still on that shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I will applaud that because night one was the night for the black and brown. We dominated that night. We kind of dominated tonight if you want to put Roman Reigns in that category. We all know Samoans ain't nothing but Samoan niggas. So, once again, the brown-black excellence fucking rolls through. Shout outs to the Australians, the Aborigines. Rhea Ripley's fucking a black dude. So another fucking victory for brothers tonight.
And you know who should challenge Roman Reigns then? Bad Buddy. The Puerto Rican delegation will get right behind that one.
I do want to see a Roman Reigns and Damian Priest feud at one point, or some type of alliance, because he comes off as just a wish version of Roman Reigns. But Mike Davis, we getting out of here. Let them know where they can find you, brother.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Craziness. You can follow me on Instagram at Michael Davis 612. You also subscribe to the SmackDown or Monday Night Wall of the PWHustle, the PWHustle Zone, where I do the H.R. Black Experience, I do Twitter videos, I do the funny moments of the PWHustle and Harmony Media Group, and I also upload a Twitter video of John Moxley with DMX, rest in peace. One of my favorite songs and one of my favorite Twitter videos I've ever made. So make sure you check that out. You haven't got a chance, and yeah. Rest in peace, DMX.
Prof.
Find me on the Twitter at PWHustle Prof. You can also find me on the PWHustle.podbean.com, PWHustleNetworks.podbean.com, where I host the nostalgic Pro Wrestling Reflection podcast with myself, Tommy Wonder, and the Prodigal One, JB.
All right. Shout outs to the Masked Man who couldn't be with us tonight, because he's off in his fucking intellectual travels yet again, gathering all the knowledge for us. Shout outs to Michael Wright, who couldn't be with us tonight. Hope he's with us again next time. Shout outs to Michael Jargo. Shout outs to Big Ray, Jeff Lippman, Stephen Pena, The Unpopular Review, The fucking Hammerlock Hangover, Jimmy T, Chris Ames. Fucking shout outs to all y'all. Shout outs to all the hustleites. You know where you can find me. 8-Track Dastardly on Twitter, number 8, TRAC. Dastardly, right here, YouTube, PWHustle. The reactions, they already up. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's up. Fear the Walking Dead, that's already up. Oh my God, Fear the Walking Dead, yo. y'all fuck me up.
I give up on that show, man. They keep dying. Everybody.
No. Listen, yeah, people are dying, but the fucking show is still awesome. And you can also find me on the PWHustle Facebook group, which I want you to fucking follow. So comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. PWHustle. 8-Track Black joined us tonight, and he will join us again at some other time. Don't know when. Don't know why he wanted to join us in the first place. We fucking stink, but we hold this shit down because we here in the slums of professional wrestling. And can we be beat in these mean streets? Yo, 8-Track Black, is these niggas beating us in these mean streets?
Hell no.
Professor, are we getting beat in these mean streets?
Hell to the nah.
Not in these mean streets, motherfucker. We out of here. Peace. I'm gonna fucking smoke my weed and I'm gonna fucking Get drunk tonight, man. Fuck all that bullshit. I got some bourbon. Hell yeah. And I got my nice yellow hustle shirt. You know, you can get this at Burlington Coat Factory. $7.99. Trans wealthy in this motherfucker. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I'm really drunk. Look at Mayhem on the fucking couch. Her fucking ass is gonna stay there. And as soon as I turn up this camera, she's gonna fucking come over here and start asking for something to eat. Fucking shit. I already gave her a can of food. All right, we out of here. Peace.
Properly trained.
Yo, A-Track, this goes to the fucking greatest, the greatest hits, the outtakes or whatever. This goes there. We out.